Alright, what's going on, y'all? AFO back again with some, it's been a little bit, we're in the summer, not too much is happening, but some bad news. The Vols baseball team did just lose to Virginia and then Texas, knocked out of the College World Series. But it was an amazing season. But today, this morning, as of 4 hours ago, pretty much, Kaidon Salter, our freshman QB who was supposed to come in, who was highly rated. He had a lot of upside, in my opinion. I did a video on him last year when he when he committed to us. He had a lot of upside and, a lot of escapability, and you just a little bit of a difference maker, especially when we didn't know what was going on with Garantano and how bad Garantano played last year. So through the season, we saw him as a possible replacement for him or the future for us at QB if Harrison Bailey or someone like that didn't pan out. But today he got dismissed from the program, so we don't have to really worry about that too much anymore. We're kind of going to be left in the dark about what could have been, unless he somehow comes back, like if he goes to JUCO and then comes back or something. But, we're going to be left in the dark on that. But it was due to an second off-the-field incident. This is from Go Vols 24/7. Let's see. Second off-the-field incident in the first 6 months of his career has ended the Tennessee career of touted quarterback Kaidon Salter. He was arrested for marijuana possession over the weekend, and he had just returned from a suspension for over 2 months for his involvement in an incident at an on-campus residence hall back in March. So we can go over marijuana possession, and should that really be a crime, or especially being in Tennessee, being in Knoxville where he was arrested. We have pretty strict recreational marijuana use. I think we only allow certain medical marijuana stuff. I'm not too sure on that, but we can argue the logistics of that, and should that even be a law? I personally don't really care. I don't do it at all. But I mean, I don't know. It's a big issue. It's a hot button issue, and some people have different thoughts about it. So that's besides the point. But I mean, if you're a big time football player, I guess in my opinion, if you're a big time football player, you got to know that that's the law and all that, and you can't really you can't put yourself in situations like that. I'm not really. I mean, it's tough. It's really tough to think about, to go over about, the whole marijuana thing and the laws and stuff. But still, as a football player, you got to know, I think, especially as a big-time player as he is, or could have been for us, he should know better, I think. But that's besides the point, I guess. So he never even played a snap or even went to practice with the Vols after being suspended for the entirety of spring practice and being dismissed this summer, and it's just June, and we're 2 months away, a little under, 2.5 months away pretty much from the season starting. So yeah, another hit to the 2020 recruiting class. Dylan Brooks, Ketron Evans, Cody Brown, they were granted releases from their NLI, National Letter of Intent. That was after Pruitt got fired, which, makes sense because they, coaches do have an impact on recruiting players. So Tennessee said Kaidon Salter has been dismissed from our football program. We wish Kaidon and his family all the best in his future endeavors. I think we could all say that. So here we go. Let's see. So this is what happened in March. As we all know, he put himself in this position after being suspended in March along with multiple teammates for their involvement in an alleged assault and burglary at an on-campus residence hall, which is obviously worse than what this was. But I think what that Heupel's showing, I think he's just trying to set precedent early on in his coaching career here at Tennessee, is that he just doesn't take this crap. I mean, it's the second time he's done something, and I think he's showing, that he doesn't take that crap at all. He gave him a second chance, and I think he's just saying, gave you a second chance, and you already screwed it within less than 6 months into your career before you even played a snap and any of that. So I think that's what he's showing. He's showcasing as a new coach and the coaching staff in general to Tennessee. I think that's what he's showing. The players were arrested and charged for drug possession. Those Salters were later dropped. Salter and freshman linebacker Aaron Willis eventually returned to the team for suspension for workouts in May. But Isaac Washington and freshman linebacker Martavis French entered the transfer portal at the end of April. So you had him and Aaron Willis come back from suspension, and I guess Aaron Willis, he wasn't with him this time around, and he's still on the team. I think it goes on to say, I kind of skimmed through it. So, there we go. Freshman defensive lineman Amari McNeil, they were cited for simple possession after a traffic stop in the early morning hours on Saturday. According to the University of Tennessee Police, they were pulled over on Cumberland Avenue near campus around 3 a.m. for having no taillights and a tinted plate cover over the vehicle's registration. Salter told the officer he had 4 grams of marijuana and told McNeil to throw it out of the car when he was pulled over, and the officer spotted the bag in front of the car. And so based off this police report, you can kind of see, it's 4 grams of marijuana. Should that be illegal? That's another topic for another day. But when you're telling someone to actively, when you know that it's against the law, and you're telling your teammate or the person in your car to throw it out, that's dismissing evidence, and that's I don't know the whole technical terms, but you can't do that. So he was expected to compete with Hendon Hooker, Milton, Bailey, and Brian Maurer. So he was going to redshirt this year, in my opinion. I think Bailey's the surefire starter. Him and Maurer at least are the definite 1-2. Hooker, based on the spring game that I saw, and Hooker's basically the number 3, or could come in for some dual threat packages. And even Milton, if he comes in and learns the offense, he could do a few things with that as well. So I think Salter would have been redshirted either way, but that's valuable experience. He could have gotten, if he wasn't dismissed. So it's kind of sad to see. I think that's the end of the article. Yeah, it's kind of sad to see. Salter. He could have been a great QB. He had an awesome highlight tape. Like last year when he committed to us last summer, and it was, he's just squandered it. He pretty much squandered it, and that's besides the marijuana laws and everything like that. When you get 2 chances, you can't mess up. I'll just say you can't mess up that second chance. So that's pretty much it. Sad to see. We're in rebuilding mode. New coach, new program, new rules the way he wants it to be ran. And he just didn't give Salter a second chance. So, thank y'all for watching. This is my first video in a while. But thank y'all for watching once again. Comment, rate, subscribe. What do y'all think on this? UT fans, glad to be back. Glad to make another video. But AFO is out, and God bless.